Yes, if you, great. You gonna do the roll call, Tina?
I am. John Queenan,
Present?
Art Duffy,
Present.
Wayne McDaniel,
Present.
Mark Kickless.
Here, present.
Great. All here.
Okay, are we ready to go?
We are.
Okay, hey, thanks everyone for taking the time. It's good to get together again. The first order of business is to approve the minutes of the December 6, 2002 meeting. And I'd like a motion to approve. Are there any changes or amendments or modifications as of the minutes submitted?
I'll make a motion to approve the vision.
Second?
Second that motion.
Okay, a motion made by Wayne, seconded by Art to approve the minutes. Roll call. John Queenan,
Yes.
Art Duffy,
Yes.
Wayne McDaniel,
Yes.
Mark Kickless.
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay, the next order is to, we have two bills to be paid this month. One totaling $227. The other is $1,029.72. Postal Service, the post office renewal fee, and the other is the Commonwealth of Massachusetts insurance premium. Again, that's totaling $1,029.72. Motion to approve and pay those checks as submitted, please.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second. Great.
Motion made by Mr. Kickless, seconded by Duffy. In favor, Mr. Queenan,
Yes.
Mr. Duffy,
Yes.
Mr. McDaniel,
Yes.
Mr. Kickless.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you.
And the next item is a brief rundown of the financial reports that we have. With three accounts, one balance is $60,183.42. The second is $59,683.42. And the third account, which is the signed grant program, is carrying $12,931.36. With that, Karen has done all the reconciliations and has submitted these to us for approval. And look for a motion to approve the financial report as submitted by Karen. And the date of that is December 31st of 2022.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second? Is there
Second.
Great. Tina?
So just let me get this down. Okay, Mr. Queenan,
Yes.
Mr. Duffy,
Yes.
McDaniel,
Yes.
Mr. Kickless.
Yes.
Perfect, thank you.
Tina, is there any correspondence that's been received by your office since our last meeting?
There is not been.
Okay. And any update on the store facade and sign program? I did notice that the project down the south end of Main Street is completed and open and looks very good. But I also want to follow up to see if there's any feedback and communication with the Easy Way Cleaners building. I know Art Duffy was doing some work on that.
I have heard nothing from Easy Way Cleaners or any of the businesses in that plaza. We have not had any other interest expressed by anybody else either. And the only thing I will tell you is that on our facade loan, we do continue to get on-time payments from the recipient, and she is actually paying it off faster than is required. So
Yeah, I did notice that. I did know. And as a banker, I think that's a good trait. Okay, so that's very good. Okay.
me too, me too.
Okay, the next item is probably we're going to spend a little time on tonight, and it's a pleasure for me to introduce to the board Casey Haggerty, who as one of our goals and strategic objectives for this year was to hire an economic development planner, and a lot of work went in, and kudos to Tina and kudos to the staff for the amount of work that went into organizing, directing, and searching for the economic development planner. And I personally can say that I feel that the city's made a great choice. And I had the opportunity to meet Casey recently with the mayor, and I again came maybe more impressed than I was the first time. So it's with great pleasure and honor that I introduce to you Casey Haggerty, who is our economic development and looking to do great things for not only the WRA, but the city of Woburn. And with that, I don't know if Tina, if you want to add to that, but I'd like maybe Casey to take a little role here and establish what she's going to do, how she's going to do it, and what her role and what she's going to be doing. A lot has been thrown out there, and I'm winging this, okay? So the ball's in your hands right now, Casey. How's that?
Sounds good.
Yeah. Casey, you're welcome. I'm delighted to have her here. As you all know, we all know this was a long time coming, and it did take some effort, but I think we, as Don does, have made a great choice. I think Casey comes not only very well qualified, but incredibly capable of doing all the things that I've heard you talk about as a group and also at large in the city. So I think what would be great is I have Casey tell you a little bit about herself, what she did before she got here, maybe talk a little bit about what she has done. She's been here, I guess, Casey, we're in week 3.
Yep, started week 3.
Fantastic. So she's already hit the ground running and done a number of things. And I think you'd rather hear from her than me. So Casey, why don't you give us a little bit of background on you and your work here so far?
Awesome. And thanks, Dawn. Thanks, Tina, for the kind words. I'm excited to meet you all. I look forward to meeting you all in person soon as well. So like Tina said, I'm on 2.5 weeks in, still trying to get my feet wet and figure out, exactly what's going on. But a little bit of background for me, I came from Lexington, where I was the economic development coordinator. In Lexington, we were a 2-person office. A lot of my role in Lexington focused on small business development, retainment, and I also did a lot of the tourism-based economy stuff in Lexington, including a lot of marketing and outreach efforts there. I also worked with the director on a lot of the large business projects as well. Lexington had a really booming life science industry similar to Woburn. A lot of the similar developers and players in both communities. But when the job, opportunity came up in Woburn, I was excited for the opportunity to work in a city that was a little bit bigger, had some more development going on. I wanted a little bit of a change of pace. So I'm excited for the opportunities that are in Woburn. I think kind of limitless. There's been so much going on already. The base has kind of been set by Tina and the city council and the mayor. And so I think having, a person in to kind of help focus and, create some strategy will be really important. So working with Tina and the mayor, we've kind of identified like 4 short-term goals that I'm going to be working on over the next few months. First is developing or, finishing the development of an economic development landing page on the city website. Right now, it's a little sparse when it comes to anything regarding economic development or businesses. So I'm working with Tom Sperling to create a landing page, and then in the future, potentially creating a separate economic development page with its own branding and marketing. But at this point, we're just focusing on getting the landing page up. I'm also working with Tina to kind of gather the different property owners and businesses in the new Boston Street area. I know there's a lot of projects going on there right now. And I think, with the bridge coming in, there'll be a lot more development untapped. So we're trying to kind of gather a group of stakeholders there so that we can reach out and communicate with them clearly, and also maybe work to form some vision for the area together. I'm working on creating an economic development newsletter that we plan on sending out monthly. That would feature, what's happening in Woburn, maybe feature some new businesses, as well as feature any like newsworthy stories that have come out regarding the city. And then I think the 4th goal is working with this group to identify what you all see as your kind of work plan for the next year, and working to support you, accomplish that goal. I've only been here 2.5 weeks, but so far we've been pretty busy with meetings. I think the city is very close to joining the Middlesex 3 Coalition, so I've been attending a few of their meetings. They're a regional economic development organization centered around Route 3, pretty much stretching from Lowell down to Burlington and Lexington. And I think Woburn's, you know, an obvious stretch to join that. So I've been in some of their economic development working group meetings so far. I've been part of a regional economic development group that meets monthly with stakeholders from probably 50 different cities and towns across the state. And then also have kind of formed this micro group with Wakefield, Reading, and Melrose to see how the 4 communities, you know, kind of all bordering each other can work together, specifically regarding small businesses. I've met with the chamber director, and he's connected me with a lot of people, and I plan on attending their monthly meeting. And then I've also, something that's new, I think Tina said to the city, is I sit on the board of the Greater Merrimack Valley Convention and Visitor Bureau, which is one of the 12 convention and visitor bureaus throughout the state that the state filters tourism money through. So I'm continuing to sit on the board, now representing Woburn. So I think that'll just be an interesting opportunity given all of the hotels in the city. So I think there's kind of a natural pathway between the hotels and some of the tourism sites around. So I look forward to kind of developing that relationship further. I think that was a lot. So that kind of covered goals and what I've been up to. I'd love to just hear from you guys, you know, how I could be helpful to you. I know I talked to Dawn about kind of each month coming up with like a vacancy and new business report. I don't know if there's anything else that you all would like me to work on before each meeting that would be helpful for all of you to hear, or if there's anything I'm missing. I'm happy to listen. I'm really on the listening phase right now and observation. So whatever you have to inform me about, I'd be happy to hear.
I'll pick it up from there, and then I'll turn it over to the other members for their comments. You know, one of the things that we plan on doing is Casey, myself, Tina, and the mayor will meet. I will meet with them once a month, and Casey, Tina, and Mayor Galvin will be meeting on a weekly basis to keep the lines of communication open for both the WRA and the city goals that and objectives that Casey just spoke about. As we all know, we had that report done last year, and two of the goals that we picked out of that were the economic development person, which we put a check mark on, and also the pocket park, which we have half a check mark, and that looks to be completed in the spring. But we will be going to that list, and I know Casey has some ideas on what the next 2 areas to attack, and we're going to follow her lead on that. One thing I really think would be very, very important is if the members stop by and reach out to Casey, and you know, they can do it here, but I think it's going to be an open door, and we want her to communicate with not only me, Mayor Galvin and Tina, but the entire board. As we know, we have no agendas. We want to do what's best for the city, specifically downtown, but also the city. You know, we're blessed with some members who have pretty good understanding of the small business market, the commercial real estate market. So we will really want to take advantage of that, you know. And in our initial discussion, I got a comment from one of our members regarding a 40B project regarding the CVS building. So I personally, and I told this to Casey, would like to get a monthly update of what's going on with that. And I know she's attempting to work closely with the various departments in the city to streamline the communications and be able to maybe be a guide or an aid to new business coming in. So I think there's a tremendous opportunity. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say to Casey that we're blessed with a great city council representative who's a big advocate and does a lot of work plowing the roads for us. I don't mean that literally, but just helping things get done quickly as far as new programs that we're looking to do. So I'm opening it up for anyone else who has any comments, but I'm honored to have her with us. And I think this is a new chapter of the WRA going forward. I'm done after that. Okay, so pop in there, anyone. Mark, Wayne, anyone, or Art, you're welcome to make comments.
Yes, welcome, Casey. Thrilled to have you. Look forward to meeting you in person. Do you have an office at City Hall?
Yep, I'm sitting in the planning department.
Okay, all right, excellent.
And let me just interject here too, in terms of furthering the discussion about what you might like for assistance. One of the things I can do between now and your next meeting I know, Mark, for instance, you weren't on the WRA a year ago, December, when we sort of went through the report that was done for the recovery in the downtown, and the members sort of voted on all the recommendations in that report, which ones were the WRA's priorities. So I can refresh everybody's memory by sending a copy of that out between this meeting and the next for anybody that might want to look at it and, respond in specifically to that question. Anyway, that's what I'll add. Wayne, Art, Jeff?
No, welcome aboard. It's great to have, someone with your background to jump in and kind of lead us into, the short-term and the long-term goals that we'd like to see happen in the downtown area. So welcome aboard.
Hi, Casey, Art Duffy. Welcome aboard and looking forward to meet you in person.
Yes, I heard you were stopping by tomorrow to sign some checks, so I'm sure I'll
yeah.
meet you there.
I am.
Great.
Hello,
Jeff?
Jeff. Hello, Casey, Jeff Dillon, Woburn City Council. However, I can help, whatever support that city council can help you with, we're there for you. And look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you. Same to you.
Just a little bit of a follow-up for, things that we were discussing. Yesterday and today, I reached out to the Ganji family to get an update of where we were on where they are on the ballroom. I did not get a call back, so I will follow that up and I will send an email out to everyone as soon as I hear if there's any movement in that property. That's, as we know, we talked about. And also the Woburn 5 Cent Savings Building that across the street, we'll get an update on that too. Casey and I talked about that last week, so we'll see what's going on there. And looking to work on that 40B project. And I did mention to the mayor that we would like to have some input into that as that goes forward. So I know that'll be put in order.
Great.
Anything else, Tina? Do you want to add anything or?
No, I guess I would like, I think for our next meeting, I will put on our agenda an agenda item for us to have this kind of discussion every month.
I agree.
An update from Casey, and then we'll also maybe have a little bit of a deeper dive into looking at that list and seeing what any of you might have. One of the things I'll add is that on that list was the creation of a sort of a registry of information of business owners, names and contact info. And for what it's worth, I'll put an early plug in for that. I think that would be an invaluable thing to have. When I think about going forward, we'll have projects. Maybe it's the downtown project that's going to improve safety on the street in the square. It could be a meeting that we want to hold of downtown business owners, but certainly having a ready-made list of contact information, I think would be fantastic. So we can talk about that a little bit more at the next meeting. I'll make it a specific agenda.
Any movement or any communication with the DPW on the park? Is that still I know it's beyond the embryonic stage, but are we still scheduled to open that in the spring?
Yes, furniture's in. I think all of it has been received. It's a little bit, obviously, we're limited now by the weather. We had originally had small thought that we might get the electrical done this year, but we didn't. I will say that only a few weeks ago, we did have a spate of good weather. So Lenny sent the troops in and they took down all of the vegetation that was in the back of the lot that was going to need to be done at some point anyway. So as time and weather allow, we'll pick off little pieces, but I'm very confident we'll get that finished next spring.
Great.
Great.
Anything else? Anyone has any other comments? If not, our next meeting will be February 28th. And looking forward to getting more information, keeping the momentum going so we can carry out what our strategic plan will be for this year.
John, will that meeting on the 28th be virtual?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Excuse me. If that's okay with everyone.
Fine.
And if there's no other business, I would like a motion to adjourn.
Make that motion, adjourn.
Second,
Second,
Tina?
Okay, motion made and seconded. All in favor, Mr. Queenan,
Yes.
Art Duffy,
yes,
Wayne McDaniel,
Yes.
Mark Kickless.
yes.
Excellent.
Okay, everyone. Hey, thanks so much. It was a good meeting, and as you can see, we're moving forward. Casey, thank you for taking the time to be with us, and welcome aboard. And Tina, thank you. I appreciate it. And Jeff, good to see you there, my friend. Okay?
Thank-
Okay, have a good
Thank
day,
you.
everyone.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone.
Night.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye. Bye. Bye.